All right, we are going to start. Welcome, everybody, to the closing event of Heritage Game Jam 2022. We are very excited to see everybody's games today. I already had the pleasure of trying out some of the games on Thursday, and I can't wait to see even more. I hope all of you were able to at least have a good time, even if you didn't manage to finish your game. And don't worry, there's always time to polish and submit your game later on. No pressure. This is at the end of the day for our own experimentation and fun. And I also hope that you made good friends along the way. And I don't know how you all felt about the theme. I thought this year's theme was quite interesting. It really gave rise to a whole different array of different types of concepts being explored. So again, can't wait to see all of your different games being presented later. So yes, if you have seen the Discord post from earlier, we will be presenting in that presentation order listed there. A gentle reminder that if you are not able to present, do let us know beforehand. Maybe DM us on the Discord so that we'll remove you from the list. Otherwise, just be prepared to go on stage if you know that you are following the previous presenter. An additional reminder that the presentation should at least cover, sorry, let me skip to this one, these three questions, right? The first one is how is your game relevant to the theme? The second one is what sort of experience or message are you hoping your game will bring across to the player? And the third one is why did you end up choosing the direction of the game? Feel free to embellish any other additional details or if you want to share any stories that occurred during the development of your game, just so long as you keep it to under 3 minutes. Yeah, and that's about it. So at around the 2 minute and 30 second mark, um, I will. Oh, we don't have a bell, do we? Do we have a bell? Anybody has a bell? Sagakaya team? No, we didn't discuss this before that. Okay, it's okay. I will gently remind you with some music that's quite quiet and soft at around the 2 minute and 30 minute mark. So once you hear the music, you know you have 30 seconds left. Okay. All right. But yes, other than that, I think we can begin our presentations. So on first up on our
Recording in
list,
progress.
we have Team Honkers. Can I invite Honkers to come out to the stage and for everybody else to give Honkers a warm round of applause and your kind attention.
Hi, hi. Can you hear? Okay.
Yes.
So hi, we are Team Honkers, and this is our game is called Golden Seams. Basically, it's a fighting game where you play as the Merlion, and along the way you will upgrade yourself by renewing parts of the Merlion. So that's how our game is relevant to the team. The Merlion will gain new abilities and strengths by renewing parts of itself. Yes. Um, So, what sort of experience or message were we hoping to bring across to the player? Basically, it was kind of a thing where it's like, the fighting game is starring the Malayan, right? Because we can only overcome obstacles through embracing the different parts of ourselves and our culture, especially because all of the different like Merlion designs that you can piece together to upgrade your Merlion are all based off different like cultures, within Singapore. Um, and then we also took inspiration from kintsugi, which is why our game is called Golden Seams, because it's, the thing with where you patch up like cracks with gold in order to show that, the things that make us different and unique are in fact our strengths that we should actually embrace. And then why did we end up choosing the direction of the game? Well, I think as I mentioned earlier, the different skins of the Merlion as well as the enemy designs, they're all based off different, different cultures in Singapore. So there's the aesthetics and the folklores. And then we did that in order to bring across Singapore's multicultural heritage. And we wanted to show them coming together to create something that's greater than the sum of its parts, just like Singapore. And now I'm going to pass to some of my other teammates to go through the gameplay and basically what's in there.
All right. Hello. Uh, okay, I'm Zhang Zhen and one of the programmers that worked on Golden Seams. Okay, we can start playing the game first. All right. You can click on how to play. Oh, never mind. That's fine too. As you can see, it's a 2.5D fighting game where you play as the Malayan to fight against like common folklore monsters, and you have your health and your mana. So as you can you have two damage types. You have your normal attack and your heavy attack. And in addition, you can also hold on shift, change your normal and heavy attack into abilities. So your normal attack will change into a range bubble, and your heavy attack will change into a laser. So as you take damage, parts of your Malayan statue will fall off. So you have to repair it by using kintsugi and the materials based on the different cultures in Singapore. So they also provide you with different changes of abilities. Like they could give you certain improvements or they could change the way your abilities work. So after every combat, you get to repair one part of your body. Yeah, there's actually audio, but I guess we forgot to stream with the audio on.
That's okay, no worries. Um, yeah, it's okay. The other players can actually try it out and listen to the audio themselves when they go to your page. Thank you for the wonderful sharing. And I really, really love the enemy design. How balanced is it? Is it difficult to clear the game currently or challenging enough?
Uh, it's not very well balanced because we sort of like didn't have time to carefully tweak the numbers, but so it's actually quite easy to play.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's great. Yes, so please do check out their game on the itch.io page. And if you have any other comments or feedback you want to leave for them, feel free to also just post them onto their Discord channel itself as well. All right, give them a round warm of applause for being the first presentation. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's approximately the rough format. Can I have a show of hands just now when I tried to do the music to kind of give an indication of the timing? Was it too distracting or was it just right? Um, Anybody can give me some feedback in the couldn't hear. Okay. All right. I'll try to make it a little bit louder next time. Couldn't hear any audio. Okay. Uh, how is the audio now?
Can't
Still
hear anything.
nothing.
Nothing.
Is it too loud? Oh, okay. All right. Good. Okay, we'll try that again later. All right. Next presentation that we have is Jiming. Jiming, please welcome to the stage.
Hello. Um, I don't really have anything to share the screen yet, so I'm just going to talk about the game for a bit, and then I'll share it later on to just show a bit of gameplay. So hello again. My name is Timing. So the game I made is called uh, Making Mochi with Shiny. Um, the reason why I really enjoyed this game jam, I really like this because I got a chance to collaborate with people outside of the game industry. So um, Shiny is an actual person. She runs a business called Ama's Legacy. She's a LaSalle graduate who is in her 20s, who learned how to make traditional kueh and mochi from her ama. So I got a chance to try some of Chinese mochi. It's really very good. And I had the idea to interview her as part of this game. So I'm going to talk a bit about the themes. Oh wait, sorry. I should explain a bit more. The game itself, it's sort of like a Cooking Mama-esque game. So imagine like you're playing mini like Cooking Mama games, but as you're playing, you get this audio narrative from Shiny herself. So I went through the process of interviewing Shiny, and I took, with her consent, I took voice clips from the interview and I sort of peppered it into the game. So as you're making mochi, your digital mochi, you will hear a bit about Shiny's story and her experience with her business and learning uh, about traditional way making from her grandmother. So how is this game relevant to the theme? I feel like it explores renewal by telling Shiny's story of how she took on traditions and kind of renewed it in her own way and transformed it herself. Um, as for what kind of experience or message I'm hoping the game will bring across, I would like players to walk away from the game being just a little bit more conscious about their relationship with traditions, how are they engaging with traditions if they are at all, and also just one perspective on how traditions can be transformed through generations. And lastly, what I end up choosing the direction for the game. As mentioned before, I was very excited at the idea of being able to collaborate with someone outside the game industry. And also, I tried Chinese mochi, and it's really very good. So the fact that she was happy to be interviewed and be included in this game, I felt very honored and very glad it worked out. Um, so let me just share my screen now. I'm going to play a little clip just to give an idea on what the game looks like and how it will work. So let me find it. I think it's this one. Oh wait, sorry. I think I might need to reshare it because I got to make sure I press the audio thing. So I'm gonna stop this and I'll share again. This one, share sound. Okay. Um, can people hear
on the table, where did we get
at
that
this
from?
point?
And then I'll ask my parents.
Sound good? Okay. So my art's very horrible.
It first appears as like, oh, that's
but this is the pounding mochi process, and as players are pounding, I'm gonna play it now. You can hear the little clip from the interview with Shiny.
it first appears as like, oh, there's mochi on the table, where did we get that from? And then I'll ask my parents like, oh, where is this from? It's like, oh, Amma made it in the morning, so I'll just walk my grandma and ask her like, oh, next time when you are making mochi, call me. I want to see how things are like. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a little teaser for the game. And that's all I have to share really. So that's my game. Hope you enjoy.
All right, thank you, Jiming. Maybe can you share with us what is one thing that you learned from the process that you didn't expect to learn?
Oh, I learned about chopping up interviews. Oh wait, wait, even better. So I was recording this over Discord and I used OBS, and I thought I was so smart. On Discord, I was like, I'm gonna mute myself so that when she's talking, my voice will come through. But then I realized after the interview that muting myself on Discord has nothing to do with OBS and the recordings. So I'm just there sitting like making mumbling sounds, and it's being recorded by OBS, and it's horrible. It's bad. So make sure you figure out how to mute yourself properly, or just don't speak when the interview is speaking. Yeah, that's one thing I learned the hard way.
Awesome. Thank you, Jiming. I had the privilege of trying this game just 10 minutes before the event. And I will say that the process of playing the game in terms of the cathartic, mashing of the emoji plus listening to the interview, it really pairs very well. So do check it out if you all have the time. And thank you, Jiming, for your awesome game. All
Thank you
right.
very much.
All right. Next presenter we're going to bring to the stage is, sorry, I lost my list. Where is my list? It would be Names Are Hard. Is Names Are Hard available? Will Names Are Hard be presenting today?
I think Akil said that work in progress and they will submit in 2 days' time, but I'm not sure if they're going to present today. Doesn't seem like Akil
Okay,
is on today. Yeah.
no worries. Okay, then we'll skip to the next one, which is Crispy Coffee. So I believe that is Drake and Sandara's game. Crispy Coffee, are you
Hello.
here to present?
Yes. Hello. Okay,
Right, the stage is yours.
okay, let me share my screen first. I'll share this. Okay. Okay, so this is Kopitiam that this is the game I made for this game jam. Okay, I'll answer the first few questions. Like, how is this game relevant to the team? Okay, so how I wanted to answer this question is the Kopitiam is in a mess, and because it was closed and everything due to COVID. And a lockdown, after helping the store owners fix all the problems, the copy time is renewed or revived and is back to normal. An experience or message that I hope my game will bring across to the players is that through this game, the player will be able to relate to the storekeeper's experiences and also show how Singapore has renewed herself after COVID. We ended up choosing the direction of our game as the copy is uniquely Singaporean, and most people have enjoyed eating here. Well, now I can show some gameplay. I don't think that's audio, right? There's actually music, but
I think they can hear you.
oh,
We can still hear you. It's
Oh,
all good.
okay. Well, you can go and try this game for yourselves, and because I don't want to waste much time, so yeah, I think that's all for me. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you. What a beautiful game. Maybe can I ask you what is one thing that you had fun with while making the game?
One thing I had fun with making the game is actually testing the game multiple times and finding all the bugs I needed to fix. And also seeing all the of just like slowly fixing up the placeholder assets, which are like just gray rectangles. Yeah. Okay.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. So yes, please do go try the game if you have a chance. I personally like the theme of renewal. I mean, we had a few like hawker center games, I think, in the past, right, for the previous game jams. But this one really focused so much on the cleaning up aspect and returning to a new normal that I quite enjoyed. Especially the end scene, which I will not spoil for you all. But yes. All right. Thank you. Next presenter, we have After Office Hours.
Hello. Okay, let me share screen. Okay, is it up?
Yep.
Okay. So hello, I'm Wei Qiang from After Office Hours. So I also like to credit my team, Dexter, Zufar, Ralph, Jiaqing, and Mohaimin. So our game is called the Garang Uni. So how is it relevant to the team is that this is like our take on renewal, brought through a humorous take on this very role called the Garang Uni Man, who gives his collected scraps a renewed purpose as towers to defend the neighborhood against a wave of trash monsters. So what sort of like experience do you hope to bring across the player through this game is to bring attention to the importance of recycling or renewing our waste. And why do we end up choosing to make this game is that cause we felt that renewability is a practical problem in this, especially hits home to Singaporeans as we generate quite a lot of trash like every day. So without further ado, let me demonstrate the game. So let me know if the music is too loud, because I think
a little bit too loud.
okay, so this game you play as this family man running around the flat.
张家水对。
Yeah, the neighbors does
Saya television perlu angka sini.
so after collecting enough materials to level out. Oh yes, that's the hotel. So now the horn has a purpose. When you horn at buildings, you actually from the buildings to make you more trash.
I put at the corner 1 year already, never touch.
Yeah, need to build buildings.
Wah, tadi you come to the angka.
It's connected. Yeah, so you can use all these materials to build buildings and also to upgrade them. Let me get more materials running. So you can also upgrade them.
Wow, lucky you got to the
Yeah, so the gist of is that do not let your glory get destroyed, and I need more powers to go on. And there's actually more aesthetics to the upgraded version as well. So there's like, as you get more upgrades, you require like more plastic text upgrade and more metal cosmetics upgrade. Let me demonstrate the metal version right now.
Wow, after coming in, wow, hey.
Cardboard. Just something like that. You
Okay,
can
live after.
yeah, and you have minis also. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll show like those screens just to fast forward the game clearly.
Hey, I have
So
quite a
just
lot of
wait.
sheets and
Okay, we just wait
newspapers.
for them
Do you have to collect it?
so then you still
Uncle,
the blue screen. We have a
uncle.
blue screen condition, just that blue is easier to get through. Okay, yeah. All the roasters and the trash, nothing else to do about it. Yeah, so you lose once the lorry gets destroyed. At least the health, otherwise the health. And that's it. And that's the blue screen. Oh no, your truck's on fire. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Wei Qiang. So even though we couldn't hear, I would say 90% of what you said because the music was a bit too loud. But I have to say that I think everybody was just so entertained by the game that it really didn't matter. And we really got a very clear sense of what the game is about. Personally, I think when I tried it on Thursday, I was like, wow, this is such a huge difference to like, you all made so many changes in a quite short amount of time. What would you say is probably what is the most exciting part about developing this game for you during this process?
I guess the most exciting part is that working with a big team and cause we are sort of like very individual to our roles. Like I'm doing purely programming while the rest are like purely doing art, purely doing design. But once we hit like towards the end, right, when I saw the game put together, I'm like, oh dang, it's like suddenly felt quite satisfying that to see the game coming together. Yeah, that's the satisfying part.
And I think we definitely can feel that. I think all of us felt it just from watching the game and hearing you talk about it so excitedly. Even though we couldn't hear you, but it's like you can hear from the tone. It's like wow. And I liked how it really it's the idea of like turning trash into like something that's powerful that can destroy monsters. I mean, the idea of renewal is really up there for me. So thank you so much for such a wonderful game. Can't wait to try the final version. But yes. Thank you so much. All right, moving on to the next team. It will be the Doodle people. And I'm guessing that Timothy is probably presenting, right?
Hi, I'll be
it's
presenting.
not. Oh, wow. Yay. Wonderful.
Yes.
Welcome, Paywen.
Hi,
Yes.
let me just share my screen. Can you see the screen?
No.
Oh. What about now? Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Is your audio on? Is there any audio?
No. It was just me
Okay.
talking. Yeah, okay. Hi, we are the Blue People, and some of our teammates are here with us as well. And I'm Pei-Wen, who will be presenting to you today. And the title of our game is Together Again. And our game is about you as a player who is being transported to a darker realm while playing as a floating teddy bear head, which you can see here. And you'll encounter monsters, and the goal is to fight them and regain your limbs. Once you have assembled your body, you will need to find your hut. And let me just introduce the cast that you'll be seeing in the game. So on the left of the screen, we have Skeleton Bird, which is based on Bai Gu Jing, which is Chinese white bone spirit from Journey to the West, and followed by a Slimy Crab, which is a Malaysian spirit fairy ghost, Toyo. And then the third one, which is the zombie horse, is not a donkey. And then we have Kappa as a combining with platypus. And then last one we have the hedgehog, which is we kind of swap the cloth with straws. So it's a straw pocong. Yeah. Then lastly, we have the main character, which is the player, a floating teddy bear head. And here are some of the screenshots from the game for a sneak peek. Yeah. And how do we tackle the theme of the renewal? Actually, when we were ideating around the theme of renewal, we landed with keywords like relationship, broken, hurt, restored, and closure, which resonate to us the most. Especially with the pandemic, a lots of connections between people are lost. And that's when we have the idea of making our game into an experience about you as the player going through a journey of self-understanding, healing, and reconnecting through various metaphors. So renewal to us is to be complete again. And why did we land on the direction? Actually, we want to create a game that features some horror elements and ambience, which explains a slight darker and morbid aesthetic, as you can see from the characters and level design. And also, I would like to talk about the interesting features that we have in the game. So first is like the easy controls for everyone, yet it's still challenging for pro gamers. Second is a cute animation that contrasts with the creepy tone of the game. Third would be interesting character concepts that are designed based on Southeast Asia ghosts. Fourth would be captivating narratives and story. So the highlight of the whole story is that you have to pay attention to the dialogue that appears each time when you defeat the boss and to be able to fully immerse in the narrative. Last one would be the original soundtracks which were designed to complement the game flow and sets the vibe of the world that we want to build. Then lastly, this is our team. And I've come to the end of the presentation. I would like to thank all my teammates for their talents, hard work, and all the sleepless and stressful nights rushing for the progress. It hasn't been easy for all of us who work regular hours in the day, but I'm so grateful for everyone's dedication and commitment in this game jam. 10 out of 10 will do again in a heartbeat. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Warm round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your game and actually try it because you talk about it, you teased it so much that I'm sure all of us are ready to try it, especially the characters that's so cute. This is not your first game jam with us for Heritage Game Jam. What would you say is maybe different this time around compared to your previous game jams?
Yeah, the previous game jam is more of like I did it because it was sort of like my forte because we were doing 3D, but this time around we were doing 2D. So it's a huge like change and jump to me. But I had so much fun like designing the characters with the team, and also we have some new teammates in this time around also, and it was so much fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing.
you.
Wonderful round of applause. All right. We will move on to the next presenter. That would be Deadliners. Deadliners, please come to the stage. Deadliners. Okay. Going once, going twice. All right. I'm gonna assume that Deadliners are not here currently. Team Awesome. There's an asterisk next to Team Awesome. Are they able to present today?
By the way, Team Awesome is one person that's actually three people. Jack, Jackie, and Jackie.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm gonna assume, missed the deadline. Missed the deadline, never mind lah. Still can present live if you got your game. Okay, I'm gonna assume that Team Awesome was not presenting today. Okay, Xavy, Xavy. Oh yes, and Avik, I totally agree. Xavy.
Hey, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, hi
Hey.
Jeff.
All right. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Share stuff.
Jeff, I think there's a bit of echo going on.
A bit of echo.
Yeah, your voice is doubling.
Let Let me see if I have some mic around. Okay, so in the meantime, let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Seeing your Discord chat, but there's also still echo.
There. Okay, so that's my game. Is my voice better now? Because it's quite complicated how to unwind my own mic. All right. Let me see if I can plug this in and hopefully the voice will switch to this and yeah. Hello.
Yes, I think it's okay now. Yep,
All
much
right.
better. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Well, my game is called, what was it called again? Gadget Eats My Brain. So that's what it's called. So nothing much inspiration actually. It's mostly poking fun on how our trajectory or our habits and trajectories leading us into some kind of a situation. So I'm making fun of this zombified human. Let me start the game. How to get rid of this thing so I can click my window. Let me know if the volume is too loud. Very loud, huh?
It's way too loud. Way too loud.
How about now?
Yep, much better.
Perfect.
Much better. Okay, cool. So it's a walking around adventure, and in this time, human has been zombified by looking at phones for too long. As you can see, the zombies. So it's just like going around and kind of slap them. So the game is like walking around, try to clear as much of this, fix this habit as we go along. So yeah, there are some situations where like there's people with a loudspeaker on scooter. So at this point, we can't do anything about it. So there's some puzzle elements as well. We can try to figure out how to defeat that person. So it's a kind of a open world adventure, hack and slash combined. So I didn't get too much into the game detail after way late in the jam itself. So I kind of mix and match some of these things. As you can see, right now we can't go in. There's some mass disruption, still alert. So just go around, try to do this. We can keep stopping them. That's not a glitch, that's a feature. So you can keep hitting them. So the goal is to clear as much as we can, and the direction I'm taking is just make use of the game to poke fun of this, and hopefully we can see that some of these habits are, of course, it's very personal. It's a little bit disruptive when you're walking around without looking where you're going. So sending this Android to kind of try to clean it up, and I did. It's very noisy. Yeah, so eventually hopefully we can reflect on, yeah, as you can see, like I try to put a nice calm music, but oftentimes there are some interrupted by some loud noise and all this. So that's the game. I try not to spoil some of the puzzle, but there are things like we try to get around, like this guy here, for example, we tried to get over, but didn't jump enough. And yeah, I let people figure out what to do. And things like this one here, I try to sneak around. So yeah, because we are robot, kind of get affected by fun too much, then we can get defeated that way. So some kind of a stuff, we go around and hopefully we can do something about that person. And I'm still dead. I can't be talk about my own game, right? So yeah, that is my game. There are some more areas over the other side, so hopefully you give it a try. And there's an ending. It's quite up to interpretation kind of a ending. So hopefully you give it a try. That's it. Let me hide somewhere without noise.
All right, thank you very much. Jeff, can you share with us is there any real life incidents that actually inspired you to come up with this idea?
Absolutely. It's kind of a more like a observation more than experience. Of course, there are certain times, especially in you're walking around in areas like a park or malls where you notice people just in their own world and not looking at where they're going. Sometimes you almost bump to them. And to make things more complicated, it's often children as well. So yeah, this game hopefully, of course, it's making fun of all this, but hopefully when you're playing it or at least listen to this presentation, kind of reflects and try to be mindful of all this situation because this trajectory could be real. We cannot be a zombie. So that's that.
I know. Look, I have to say, when I'm on like public transportation and like someone is like playing their game or like music really loudly, such that the whole bus can hear, I want to do this slapping thing to them. Like this was so cathartic, and like I'm just like, wow, it really gets it out of me.
Cool. So that's gonna be your kind of therapy as well. You can just keep slapping them. That's a feature.
For sure, for sure. It's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful game. I can't wait to try it later as well. Do check it out on this itch.io page. All right. Moving on to the next presenter. Thank you. We have Key Caps. Key Caps. Okay, Key Caps going once. Key Caps going twice. And one. All right. Next one we have 310 Studios. I know who this is. 310 Studios. IO Studios? 3IO Studios.
Oh yes, hello.
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 Welcome.
Right. How do I start this? How do I screen share? Okay. Yes, let me screen my share. Do I do this? Wait. Can you guys see?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay. Right. So our game is you play as Boon Ming, a Grab rider who works every day to night, trying to feed his family. And due to the COVID restrictions being lifted, he finds the theme of renewal is basically the COVID restrictions kind of lifted and everyone's like starting to swarm the streets again. And you start to see that it's very difficult for riders to get from their delivery pickup to their destination. That's why our game is all about getting your food to your customer. So this is the game. Allow me to share. I'm not sure if there's audio if you can hear, so we'll see.
3, 2.
Yes. Okay. So you play as Wu Ming. You press keys on the keyboard to travel across the keyboard basically, and there'll be pedestrians and people walking around trying to obstruct your path, where you have to avoid them, of course. Unless you're like a devious person, you like to run the old grandmother over. That's one of the options as well that you can do. But as you complete orders, you can see that you get reviews and rating based on your timing, the time that you spent. And after every hour, there's going to be a break where you see your hourly summary of how many deliveries you've completed, what is your score from each notifications that you get, like on the top right of the screen, and your overall rating of your performance, and also how many people you run over and how much money you've made or lost. And the next, so it plays on until the time reaches 7 p.m., which in which I'll just do a few more, I guess. But other than that, this is about the game, and you can press spacebar also, by the way, to rush. in which will double your speed and half the time that will pass. So you can move a lot faster and avoid people easier. And there are people, the kids actually, they'll fall over on the street and just lie down on the floor and will just block you. And honestly, I don't like them. You can just run them over. It's fine by me. Other than that, that's just the game so far. It's not really that much difference from the playtester version. So that'll be the game. The ending screen is just basically a tally of what your performance for the day is and how much you've made and how much you lost. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Lincoln, because I remember you were in the Discord chat when you were sharing this game and getting feedback. Maybe can you share with the other participants what were some of the, I guess, design challenges that you faced during the development?
Okay, that's a very good question. Some of the design challenges that we faced was actually the keyboard layout. That's the biggest problem because from myself and the playtesters, everybody, the most common feedback is that the keyboard layout it's quite difficult to pick up because they're all, hang on, let me show. They're all parallel instead of what the usual keyboard would be, where the keyboard layout would be slanted and diagonal in a way. So the keyboard being diagonal and slanted, it's a lot more difficult than parallel keyboard to program because 90 degrees an orthogonal layout is usually very simple to do. And because of that, this was our biggest challenge because we sacrifice user playability and user feel for mechanics. That is our biggest challenge.
Awesome, thank you so much. Yeah, I remember us talking about that, and it was such an intriguing problem to solve that I think even for myself, I want to see how can I solve that. Because this mechanic is such a cool mechanic, right? Like you don't really see a lot of games doing it, and I'm glad that you all chose to explore it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Cool. Let's move on to the next team. We have Apes Together Strong 2.0. Strong Apes. Are our Strong Apes here, or are they still monkeying around? Oh, yeah, they're here.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, so we are Team Apes Together Strong. So the idea of the game was when we heard the team, like some of us suggested, oh, let's do a blacksmith. Then I'm like, oh, actually that's a good idea of like forging swords. So we thought of like we were inspired from like a few games like Dumb Ways to Die and Papers, Please. Yeah, so that was like the general direction of the game. Why do we? What's the other question?
In case you're trying to show us something, I can't really see the screen. It's like
really?
just a blank screen with the slanted lines.
You can see better now?
Yes.
Okay, so the idea of the game is to like it's like those you just have to hit a timing and then like there's like a program. I'll just show you. It's much easier. So basically, it's just like you're trying to forge a sword. You're trying to fix a sword lah. So hitting the green bar gains progress, and hitting the red bar reduces your progress. Yeah, that's the simple mechanic of this. So there is the entire it's like an endless game mode until like the timer progresses, it increases, it gets harder as the more swords you make properly lah. So the goal of the game is just to survive and make as many swords as possible. Yes. I think that's it for my question.
Cool, thank you. I have a couple of questions for you, which are actually the original questions, which is what sort of experience are you hoping to bring across to the player?
So initially, like, cause our game is a very like casual sort of game. So like ideally it was just like we wanted to remake sort of something like Dumb Ways to Die sort of style of our game. So that was like the ideal experience we wanted to give to the player, but as you can see, it didn't turn out that well.
It's okay. What would you say was your biggest challenge as a team for this game jam?
I think like even though we started from small, I think like our foundations as like individuals in making games was quite shaky. So like even though we started, we were thinking okay, only one tiny mechanic, but we struggled to like draw, struggled to code, then like to do this, do that. So I think what we learned from this game jam is like okay, we should all need to go and brush up on our foundation and upskill ourselves lah. Yeah.
Right. I'm glad that y'all don't sound defeated, that y'all actually walked away and be like, you know what? This is what we are. At least we came up with a playable product, right? And it's finished, right? So I would say please give yourself a round of applause for trying so hard and to reach it to the end. And I'm pretty sure that the next game jam we're gonna see more awesome games from your team. So thank you so much for trying your best. Yes, thank you everyone. Yes, give a round of applause for like really competing because so many times I feel like even myself, I remember I was in a game jam with Jewel and I was just like, oh my god, where did we right? Remember that, Jewel? Yeah, oh my gosh. So I know that feeling. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Yay. Yes. Nice. Okay. Next one, we are going to welcome Sidisk, Cydisk, Cydisk, CY Disk. Going once, Cydisk. CYDISQ. Going twice. And go on. Okay. Next one, we have number 4, Skins.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Are you able to see?
Nope.
No, okay. Are you able to see now?
Yes, we can see a PowerPoint.
Okay, so this is our game jam. We are 4 skins, and the theme of renewal, the definition is to extend the period of validity of something or someone. So, how this game is relevant to the theme? Our game basically you play as a parasite, and you have to keep going into host to survive. So essentially, this is the renewing part of the game. So the sort of experience that we were trying to bring across was that we are similar to parasites, but in a good way. Because in the game, the parasite gains the host abilities, and it is constantly changing. So it never really like stays in the host for a very long time because you have to change. If not, you will die. So in a way, it symbolizes that we will keep changing and improving ourselves. So how we got to the game was quite interesting because we initially brainstormed on the team renewal and we got a few ideas, but we were not very satisfied with it because it was quite one-dimensional. And on the second day, we actually stumbled across a video of like a waterborne parasite. And this is where we got an idea of worm from. And we also decided that incorporating the heritage does not really work with our game, so we did not really expand on that. So yeah, this is the game. It's a roguelike game where you are weak, but you can get stronger by going to the host and getting their abilities and weapons. So what is a worm? A worm is a parasite. A parasite needs host to survive, and you need to change your host often. So I'll just show the gameplay now. Are you able to hear the sound?
No, cannot.
Nope, no sound.
Are you able?
Can hear.
Okay. So we'll go through the tutorial.
Hey, but we cannot see the screen now.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah. And remember to lower the volume of your
Okay, it's
sound if
too loud.
possible. Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see it?
Still cannot see.
Okay.
You try sharing your entire screen, your desktop, and then still check the share sound.
Okay. Can you hear and see it?
I think still the visual still cannot see.
Okay. Damn.
Maybe sacrifice the audio, lor. No choice.
Okay. Okay, then I'll just share the screen then. Can you see the screen? It's it's the game. Or is it the
Oh damn! Really cannot see.
Yeah.
damn how did I do it just now? How about now?
Oh yeah. We can see it now.
But there's no sound, right?
There's no sound. Yeah.
Okay, then you would have to download the game to see the sound, but the sound it's quite good. So basically the tutorial is it will teach you the basics, so it's quite simple. You just use WSD to move around as the worm. And this is an enemy, and you can hijack them or use it as a host by pressing E. So like when you go close to it and hover over it, there's an E button, and you just go into it. So yeah, now you're able to use its gun and its abilities. Yep, you can shoot. And you can use its ability, but this is a normal person, so it does not have any abilities. Yep. So after a while, the host would die, so you have to continue changing hosts. Yep. And there's a cooldown on how long you have to change the host, so it won't be like too spammable. Yep. So yeah, that's the end of the tutorial. And if I have enough time, I would like to show the boss fight, which is, I think it's one of the better parts of the game. Just let me clear this level. Okay, I am not able to find the boss fight level, but oh wait, it's here. Yep, so the boss fight is actually one of the more interesting one because the boss has 3 stages of attack. This is the first one, the laser. Yep, and there's like a lot of enemies that you have to fight. So essentially it's bullet hell. So this is the game is actually heavily inspired by Soul Knight. Yep. Which is the mobile game. Yep, this is the second attack, which is like a missile kind of attack. Yeah, and it's quite fun. You should definitely try playing it. Yeah, and I think that's about it.
Wow, thank you so much. That looks really intense. Also, I'll have to say that the way the parasite is wiggling is very disgusting in the best way possible. What would you say was the most fun part for your team working on it, or at least for yourself?
I myself was the artist for the game, and I found that doing the pixel art was a very interesting experience because I actually don't have any experience, but I learned a lot for this game jam. As for the programmers, I could tell that they were able to collaborate very well because the game was built very fast. Yeah, until they had to wait for the art. So I think overall our team did quite well for this game jam. We had very good time management. Yep, and we had a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, I can see because I think your boss fight itself can see there's so many mechanics and like layers in there as well, considering that it's just a regular game jam. So really well done. Props to y'all.
Thank you.
Yay. Wonderful, wonderful. Round of applause. All right. We are going to proceed with the next game, which is by Enslaved by the Facebook Troll, a tragic story of a few people. I think that's the team name. Okay, if you're not here and you put in such an epic team name, it's really kind of a waste. Are you here? Hey, cannot like that lah. Now I feel so cheated. I want to meet the person that has such a team name. Yes, Jeff, thank you so much. Yes, okay. You can steal it. It's yours. The next one is Jialat, Team Jialat.
I think Baron expressed that he's not able to finish the game, so I don't think he's able to present.
Okay, can, no problem. The next one would be The Flock.
Hey, sorry,
Oh!
sorry.
Hey, Baron, why you Jeff?
Yeah, why you Jeff? No, cannot.
No.
Cannot hear you.
I'll hear you.
Okay,
Okay, okay,
go next person.
we'll circle back to you.
Yes.
We'll go with The Flock first. The Flock. Okay, The Flock is not here. But I do believe that our Gem and Matrix should be here, yes?
No, sorry, we are here. We were just
Oh.
about to
We
present.
are
Yeah,
here. We just.
yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Okay. No worries.
Okay, so our game is called Renew of Life, and we went with the theme of like an ex-prisoner. Jiale has the game pulled up, yeah.
Can you see? So yeah, this is our game. So yeah. So basically, this our main character, the MC. He was released from the prison, and then. Oh, sorry. So yeah, after this, then he will need to decide. He need to go home. So right now he need to take like what type of transport he need to take. So, but for now, basically right now I can move him around, and so now I just want to move into a bus. So yeah, he's take. And yeah, basically, our game has mostly on visual novel and puzzle based. But the puzzle base is we move it to the working part. So yeah. Do you guys want me to skip like the text, just jump straight to puzzle, or?
It's up to you. What do you think is most important for us to see?
I think you can skip. Just skip straight to the puzzle first.
I guess I'll just skip first. Let me just give an overview of what our game does. So right now he's need to find the correct block. So if I go to the wrong one, then it will just rejected. So yeah, I just need to go to the correct one. And after this, so the one in the back was his original room. Yeah, and then so when he tried to open, he realized he cannot open, and then he didn't remember this electric law, and then so he just tried any value, but it didn't work. And then suddenly there's like another person saw it, and then this person is Majid. So and the Majid thought the MC was from overseas, but he didn't know that he was actually came back from the prisons. And also Lisa was the MC's wife, so he was asking the Majid whether if she got her phone number, and then after this he will call his wife, and the conversation, and of course Lisa did not like where this going, especially when the MC want to stay as her room, and of course she got mad and got rejected and got heartbroken, and this is where our chapter officially starts. Then but lucky for this MC, Majid let this character stay, because as long as he can learn from his mistake, you can stay as long as you want. And then yeah, after this, then he will have to go for work because also for my backstory, he has a interview. So because and the reason why he has a interview because apparently he has like a really good behavior or something like really good potential in the workplace. So right now he has to try his best to make the interviewee hire him. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me just speed out. Let me just quickly just walk through the text. Then after this I will show you the puzzle. Yeah, just a lot of skipping.
So because I see in the chat we have to wrap up, I think soon. But I think like so just basically a summary of this game. This puzzle, um, how is it relevant to the theme? I don't know if it's supposed to answer the question now, but I just will touch on that briefly now. Um, we try to make this relevant to renewal because by definition renewal is like it can mean the instance of resuming something after an interruption. So this guy went to prison and is now coming back out into the like outside world and it's in a sense resuming a normal life after having it paused for so long, and that's a huge struggle. So we went with that for the theme of renewal, and we wanted to or at least the original game that we wanted to get the original the message and experience that we wanted to get across was that there's always going to be a second chance no matter how badly you screw up, and there's a way to rebuild your life from the ground up no matter where you are. We didn't manage to finish the game because we were short on time, but we wanted to still showcase some like most of the parts of the game that we wanted to add in. So this like interview part and this the first puzzle was like the most we could do before the deadline. We're still year one. We're still learning, so we tried to uh take a lot of liberties while we did this. uh it's not as good as the other games. I think like we were discussing earlier, like we saw the other games, we were quite humbled by a lot of the submissions, but I think this says like it's motivation. We'll do better next year. And we ended up choosing the direction of the game. We actually discussed this topic and we couldn't decide on one, but we decided on this because we thought it was a more direct approach to the theme of renewal rather than anything else we had in mind. And it was a lot easier to program since we figured using a visual novel maker. We did use RPG Maker. It would suit like this narrative and storyline very well. Yeah, that's
All
okay.
right. No, wonderful. I feel like you shouldn't sell yourself too short. I think considering the scope of the game, I mean, maybe you could have scoped a little bit better because I can see that you had so much like writing to do and then the art, right? And then you had to program the sequence of events. Like it's just a lot, right? And for the fact that y'all are only year ones and y'all did so much, and I mean, you're the only ones that use RPG Maker, I think. Please like pat yourself on the back for being able to do so much. And I think everybody can see the efforts that you have put in. Definitely. So I really encourage you to also try to finish it up, whatever you can, because it can become quite special, I think. I have a question for you. What inspired you to really like choose this particular topic of, an ex-prisoner? Because like it feels like so different from, I guess, what everybody else has chosen. Yeah.
I think we chose this theme. Actually, I'm not gonna play it up as like something that we chose like especially. We actually just thought of this because when we were discussing like the theme renewal, this just came up. Renewing like life in a sense. We're still quite young, so in a sense we're also very scared to like screw up or do anything wrong. So when you talk about renewal of life, we're not very experienced with this sort of thing, going to prison, doing something wrong, and then getting punished for it, and then coming back out. So I guess you can say like this is something that we wanted to explore through a game. We made the storyline. Uh, if we had more time, I would have done research on how to make this more accurate to real life portrayals, but we didn't. So yeah, we did what we could.
No, again, I feel like you touched on the topic of renewal that even I myself hadn't considered like prior to this. So I really thank you for bringing it up because it's like, yeah, other than COVID, we also go through like periods of renewal. There are many times that we make mistakes in our life. and we recover and we grow from them. And I feel like you really touched on that part of renewal that many of us didn't think of. So very, very mature way of thinking, and I encourage you to keep thinking that way as well. Yes, so please, one round of applause, everybody, for them. Like, this is quite a wonderful direction you have taken. I love it so much. Yes. All right, thank you very much. Moving on to the next team, we have, oh, I know who this is. NUS should be studying. NUS should be studying.
Wait, I
Where's
think
the NUS team?
sorry, I think we are circling
Yes.
back to Jialat.
Oh yes, so sorry, Baron. Yes, Baron first. Baron first. Come, Baron.
Jalat, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I share my screen. Yeah, I'm assuming everyone can see my screen now. Okay, so my game, right, is basically a game about polishing jewelry. So I think when you think about jewelry, there's a lot of like memories and like stories behind them. For example, like family heirlooms. So if like there's a history behind like most of the jewelry that get passed down. So how is it relevant is that as you clean the jewelry, you start to unlock the memories that the jewelry hold. So as you renew them by polishing them, you also renew the memories associated to them. So what kind of experience I'm trying to give is actually initially I wanted to showcase the different kinds of ways you can maintain jewelry. You know, there's so many different things you can do. Like there's dedicated silver cloth to polish silver and gold. There is like rhodium plating and everything. But I didn't have the time, so I didn't implement most of it. Yeah, so I wanted to tell stories behind jewelries, like some happy and some sad. So why did I end up choosing the direction of the game? Because my wife is very obsessed with jewelry. So I feel kind of compelled to understand her obsession. Okay, so now let me quickly share my game. Okay, I hope you can see this. Yeah, so, oh no, can I lower the volume? Okay.
Yep.
Can you hear?
Yes,
Very
it's good.
soft, but
it's good.
Yeah, so let's just start. Yeah, so on every stage you have a few different tools you can use. For this stage, you only have the microfiber cloth. So what you do is you start cleaning them. As you clean, you get memories like the client will tell you the significance of this particular jewelry. So yeah, so this is a jade bangle. Like I think some of you have told me that like it's very popular Chinese tradition that the jade bangle protects you from harm. So if it breaks, then it successfully blocked you from some kind of disaster. So like on every stage after you finish it, you get the story about the jewelry and what it means for the customer you are serving. Yeah, I don't want to spoil the rest of the game, but there's only 2 other stages, so you can play and see for yourself. I don't have a lot of time to implement this time. Yeah, thanks everyone.
Wow, it's so satisfying, like watching the Van Gogh getting cleaned. And I think it reminds me, like, oh yes, Power Wash Simulator, exactly. It reminds me of Zhiming's game as well, where, you know, it's kind of like listening to someone's recount a story and learning about them while doing the actual action. I'm already like feeling chills just from like watching you play the game. I have a question. So what is it now that you understand about your wife's obsession with jewelry after making the game?
I'm still struggling to understand, to be honest. Yeah, but it's been pretty traumatic implementing this game because you know how expensive they are. Every time I implement a new feature, it reminds me of how much money I spend buying those for. But it's okay. It's okay. Happy wife, happy life.
Thank you for the very sorry, I cannot. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that very wonderful sharing. And so please play his game on itch.io. Sorry, let me recover for a second. Okay. The next team is gonna be US. Should be studying.
Sorry, is it RGem plus Matrix?
Hey, did I skip RGem? Oh, you're right. RGem. Yeah, wait. No. RGem. Yeah. RGem. Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh. Sorry. RGen plus Matrix, are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Give me a minute.
All right.
Oh, so much stuff happening on my screen right now.
Everybody close your eyes, avert your gaze until they are ready.
Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Things blocking. Slideshow. Yeah, so this is a presentation of our game, Pura. Got from Singapore. Yeah, this is our team basically. Yeah, Derek, Jolene, and Cedric are programmers. The level design and project manager is like Chip, and the background artists are like Jasmine. And special thanks to Kaija who helped us, even though she's on our team. The UI art is Felicia, but we kind of overscoped and didn't have enough time to like implement all the assets. So like yeah. I'm Tom and I did the animations, and Mandy did the game asset and main menu design, and yeah, the background music was done by Cedric, but we didn't have time to implement it. So yeah. So this is supposed to be the start like cutscene in the beginning of the game, but there wasn't enough time to like really implement it. So yeah, it's gonna show the start and end scene first before we like go through like the game. Because I worked really hard on it. Yeah. Yeah. How is this game relevant to the theme? Pura is relevant to the theme as it's about the cat Milk losing their old life due to bad owners and HDB laws and starting a new life. Typo there. Milk basically has to go on a journey to find a new home and gain a new life, basically. You know, like kind of like the cycle of life thing. The message we're hoping to bring is awareness about the law against like pet cats in HDB flats, which I didn't know about and learned from a mothership video on YouTube, which basically leaves pet cats like no protection like legally or otherwise to like being dumped and like etc. Unlike pet dogs, they don't need to technically get chipped. So like this basically resulted in like higher rates of like cats being abandoned and mistreated. We ended up choosing this direction for the game as despite the many ideas we come up with, this was like the idea that was like the most fleshed out. So upon like popular vote, we like land on this idea. It also allows us to like bring light to an issue most Singaporeans are probably not aware of. And Jasmine will like show the gameplay, I guess, now. Do I turn off share? Stop share.
Oh yeah, so I don't know if you can see it. So it's very basic. Yeah. You guys see this? Oh.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, yeah. So basically it's like a platforming puzzle.
We decided to go with a platformer because the first thing we thought about cats is that they like to climb up stuff and jump around places. And then the second part of our game is that it's a physics puzzler. So cats like to push stuff around and knock stuff over. So we decided to make them push around like objects in the level to help them solve the puzzles and basically get out of the level. So the level first starts off in the sewer because you just got thrown into a river. And then you're trying to claw your way back up into society and find a way back home. So for now, we only got the sewer level because we didn't manage to finish. But basically, we plan to make like a playground level, then which will then lead to a HDB level. So you finally go back to where you came from. So yeah, I think that's about it. We don't want to spoil too much because there's not a lot of puzzles in here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I have to say that little video at the start really set the context for the whole game. And so when you're jumping on the platforms and like the thing was about to like break, I felt that I replayed that same video in my head all over again. I was just like, oh my God, what a terrifying video. What would you say is the most, or what is one thing that you think you would have liked to done better this game jam? Any of you can speak.
I feel like we could have like communicated better lah. Because one of the main issues that we faced was we all have like different classes and schedules, and it was hard to like communicate, and there was a lot of miscommunication going on between like the coding team and like art team. Because the art team, didn't really know what assets we needed to make, and the coders were just like adding a lot of mechanics in, and that means we need to make more art assets. But and I keep reminding the coders to like add the art assets first, so we could like quickly finish the base game and add newer mechanics or anything else later when we're done. But like basically we just left everything until like the last few days, and we had to like rush and add everything together. Then we ended up running into like a lot of errors with like some of the puzzles, like some of the blocks like not spawning, and we basically spent like the last few hours like debugging and dealing with that. So it's not technically beatable right now. Yeah.
Right. No, it's cool. Yeah, thanks, Baron, for saying that. Yeah, probably would help to have a producer to manage. Yeah, for sure. I think all of us here, especially the ones who have been more experienced, have faced exactly the same situation that you all have went through. It's really part of the rite of passage to always, find your feet with the team that is still learning how to work as a team. So hopefully that's why we have game jams, right? Like we make all these mistakes now so that when we get to the actual thing, we are more cognizant or aware of some of the challenges that we face so that we can scope better. But yeah, hopefully y'all don't feel too down. I think that like there are still a lot of good stuff that y'all created. I think if y'all just had a bit more time, and after this, really just put it together, do your team a favor, and really see this through and finish it. I think it's gonna be a great game at the end. So don't give up. Hopefully y'all can finish it still. Yes. Especially the art. Oh my god, the art is really like chef's kiss. Love the cats. Yeah, thank you so much for the wonderful game. We are going to move on to now it should be NUS should be studying. NUS, are you still studying or can you all come and present? Where are y'all? Or are they really studying? And not
Hello.
here?
Hello.
Hey Troy.
Hi. Okay. Let me just share screen. All right. Can you see?
Yep, all good.
I'm not sure if I didn't see anything come out for audio. Wait, one moment. Oh, okay. All right. So our take on the renewal is that our idea was that we have the ice cream uncle that always goes by the roadside with their ice cream cart and sells you the cheap ice cream in between the biscuits and the bread, right? So we wanted to have a renewal of this type of Singaporean food. And so we decided to put the ice cream uncle into a car and have him deliver ice creams while driving along the highway. So yeah, that's the kind of game that we have here. So we wanted to create a action experience. So we wanted it to be very hectic and to have a balance between making ice creams and driving along the road. So you have to kind of balance between two very intense, like mentally intensive tasks at the same time. So yeah, it's kind of like two different genres. So we'll take a look once the game has started up. All right. So on the left side, we have the driving portion. So we have let me just full screen here. There's a distance to the customer and the customer's order on the right. Oh. Okay, so he wants a mint chocolate chip. We'll make the ice cream. So in the ice cream making minigame, we have the ability to slice up the ice cream and put it into a container. So let's just give a get in the container, please. And we're gonna travel to the customer. Yeah, so it's kind of a chill game that right now, since there's no real oh yeah, when you hit a car, kind of jostles all of your my ice cream. Oh no. Oh no. Ice cream. Please. Okay, it is pretty difficult. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so you can only deliver the ice cream when you're right next to the customer. Nice. So now we need a vanilla ice cream. Yeah, so it's supposed to be kind of juggling between two tasks. And you also have to try to cut the ice cream at a certain serve a certain amount of ice cream. You don't want to serve too much or too little, as that will result in a lower score. Oh boy. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So yeah, that's the gist of the game. So right now we have 5 minutes to make and deliver. To make and deliver as many ice creams as you can. Oh, that was too far from the guy. The ice cream, come back.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
Oh yeah.
Yes. But also because I just want to say, wow, like this is pretty cool. I really love how like when you bump the car, it actually causes the items in the scene to like fly. That's a really genius touch.
Oh yeah, this was made with two other NUS students and one NUS alumni. So it's a team
Yes.
Yeah.
But my question for you is for Changen's benefit. How do you manage to even understand how to do the mesh cutting? OMG. That was his question.
Yeah, the whole mesh cutting and so actually the ice cream is just the top bit, the top polygon, and the bottom is a fake 3D extension of the mesh. So all the cutting is done on the top plane, and then we project it outwards. Yeah. So getting the textures to work was probably the most technically challenging part of this entire project. But of course, everything came together well at the end.
It was worth it, man. Like I think it's so satisfying to see you cut it. It was like, wow.
All right, thanks.
Yes. Do release the source code if you are willing, because Changmen wants it. Thank you so much. Wonderful work. Thank you, NUS. Please go study now. You need to study. Next team would be Trust and Grace. Trust Street Grace. Trust Grace.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me just share my screen.
Music can be down maybe about 50%.
Okay, hang on. Is that better?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Wow, got menu some more. Okay.
Okay, so all right. So hi, I'm Grace. I'm the developer of Renew My Space, which is a visual novel, and my artist is Jane. So in Renew My Space, you are Leah's friend, and she's currently transitioning into the next stage in her education, and you're here to help her reorganize her space. So the idea behind this game is that our space is often a group representation of who we are and what we want to do. So you see here there are a lot of items that represent Leah. So cleaning the space is like a metaphor for organizing the mind palace. So through cleaning Leah's space with her, you'll get to know her better. So the main reason I chose this game direction is because the theme renewal kind of instantly connected with me as I'm about to graduate soon and will be transitioning to the next stage of my life. So this is when I'm doing a lot of like cleaning and organizing of my mind, figuring out what I want to do. And from speaking with my peers and friends also, I realized that a lot of people don't really have a clear direction of what they want to do. So I hope that this game can just remind everyone that they are not alone and to always just spend time to reflect on what your hobbies are, what your dreams are. And I'll show you a bit more of the game. So right now you're just helping her clean out the table, having some small chats. So for example, you pick up the box of markers and you have a little bit of a conversation with her about the backstory. So right here, you're seeing Leah saying that when she first brought the Copic markers back home, a play on words by the way, when she brought the Copic markers home, her mother was disapproving of it. I think these are all things that we come across in our own lives a lot as well, especially as Asians with Asian parents. So they were talking about her dreams and why she didn't pursue her interest in art.
I think the screen is paused currently.
Screen is paused.
We are still stuck on the Copic markers. My friend recommended them to me.
Oh no.
Okay, it moved.
Okay. Oh, that's so weird. All right. Right. So you see here. Right. So I remember we always go to Art Friend after school to look at art supplies. And after bringing it home, then the mom would say, "Aya, why are you always wasting money? I already bought color pencils for art class." So then after they talk about why she gave up on art, or if you ever tried telling the mother about interest in art. So there's a lot more that you can read about in the game. And now I'll just finish off my presentation. So Leah's experiences that you read in this game are actually all heavily inspired by my experiences as well as the artist Jane's and all of our friends. So I hope that Renew My Space will just inspire you to reorganize and renew your mind palace as well.
Wow, thank you, Fwen. Thank you, Fwen, for sharing such a wonderful, relatable topic that all of us definitely face. Are you the only one working on this game?
So I'm the developer, and the artist Jane actually joined me after like 2 days into the jam.
Oh, damn. Okay. How was it like just working with the two of you? Because I believe the last time, I think you all did the RE game in the past, right? If I'm not wrong.
Oh, I did the I think the boba, this like bubble tea shooter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That too. So how was it
I worked
different
with
this time
Vic as
around?
well. Yes. So previously, I think the game was extremely ambitious. Yeah, and I was working on the game design programming side. This time around, it's kind of the same, but there's of course a lot more narrative. I also think that this time around it was a great experience being able to write a lot of story inspired by others' experiences. It kind of also has like this same like positive message like the bubble tea one. And yeah, I think it's just quite interesting because I usually work in very big groups. So this is the first time I'm working in such a small group of just me and the artist.
Right. And it's a very uplifting message. I really appreciate it. Like, especially, I mean, the Mind Palace thing is such an important thing that more people should think about. My friend, my friend and I call it the messy room, where we often have a space in our heads that like are often very distracting because we don't spend time to clean it up. And I like how you took that metaphorical approach in cleaning it as well. So or renewing it rather. So thank you for bringing it up. I think it's so important. Um, yes. All right. Thank you, Grace. All right. Round of applause. Okay. Next game we have Poiler Mix Stuff. It's Poiler again. Where's Poiler? Poiler. Spoiler not here today. Usually Poiler is here. Okay, I don't think Poiler is here. Next one would be Sam Potter. Sam Potter. Sam Potter. 1, 2, 3. Going once, going twice. And Team Remnant.
Hi.
Hi, are you from Team Remnant?
Yeah, so
Yes.
yep. Let me figure out how the screen is being shared. Okay. Let's see. I'll just share the whole screen. Hi, so we are Team Remnant, although I'm the only one here, unfortunately. So actually our game is actually just half done. So right now it's actually a full visual novel. As you can, and of course the music isn't really completely yet. So I'm just controlling the music. So
I
the
think we
most
cannot hear
huh?
anything in case you're playing the
Okay.
music. Yeah.
Is that how do I play a music?
Okay, so when you share the screen, right, on the bottom
Uh-huh.
left of the window, there should be a
Uh-huh.
checkbox says share audio.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you unshare and then you share again, the window should come up.
Wait, where is it?
Yeah, you gotta unshare your screen first.
Okay. I will unshare my screen first.
Yeah, then when you share screen, the pop-up will come out. At the bottom left of the pop-up, there's share sound. You just check that.
Okay, that's yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now you should be able
Awesome.
to hear the sound. So I think the most impressive thing is that we actually have a dialogue system on Unity, which is a lot harder than in RenPy. So I'm quite I really like visual novels a lot, which is why we decided on a more heavily where's the music still playing? So we decided on a more heavily narrative focused game, which is why we have the story but not the game at the moment. So the game is relevant to the team because we are trying to repair the world after it was ravaged by a virus. So we are not only renewing the world, but we are also interacting with these robots and maybe renewing our relationships with like various things and maybe nature. And yeah, so the kind of experience I wanted to convey is like even if everything is lost, then there's always like still robots and stuff who are still with you. So it's very obvious that our inspiration was near automata because like all these robots and like we like all of the hope that and like the very deep story of it. So I wouldn't spoil the story too much, but since the gameplay isn't inside um the game itself, I'll just show what the gameplay should look like. So you can see that the animations are still a bit wonky. So what you're supposed to do is like these are supposed to be batteries by the way. So you're supposed to push like these batteries onto the blue box and you can like navigate around the place by grappling and stuff. So it's more of a puzzle game. So what we wanted to do was that by putting all these like rocks which are supposed to be batteries on the blue boxes which are supposed to be like the broken parts of the building, we can like kind of repair the building and maybe get like some secret like data or formula or chemical which will help to cure the virus. Yeah. And I think that's the gameplay. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Would you be able to share with us what is one thing that maybe you want to see finished by the end? So like you told us that there's some more gameplay to be put in there, right?
Yeah.
Like, but what can we expect to see
I
in the
think
final version?
So I think the animations will be improved upon. Like right now, I can just drift sideways, and maybe there'll be like a hub area which is like a bit open world. But of course, I think that's the reason why we didn't really finish on time, because the map design was actually quite hard. Because we decided post-apocalyptic is not very common theme, I think.
Yep.
So the art assets, we are mostly relying on the free art assets. I think we could have we should have spent more time on trying to source these assets before we decided maybe on the team, or maybe we should have gotten better artists. Yeah.
Well, whether they're better or not, we don't know.
I guess I guess it was a lot of work for even one artist. And also these are all free assets. Except for a doctor, I see a doctor is very cute. That's why he's like our hand-drawn mascot.
He's very cute, yes. Alright. I mean, I would have to say the fact that you also did like a full dialogue system as well in the span of the game jam is also very impressive. So yeah, I hopefully that you can reuse the same dialogue system for your future games as well. I think that'll be pretty useful.
Yep. Because I really like visual novels, and sometimes Renpai isn't enough for me.
Oh wow. That's it. Set high qualities. Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Oh yes. Yeah, thank you. Wonderful. And I love the music, by the way. Music was quite a great choice for the theme in the game as well.
The music is produced like by our team, so it's like original music.
Right. I see. Thank
I
you so much.
think if my team is if he's okay with it, maybe it can even be shared. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Of course. Feel free to put it into your itch.io page if you wish. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Team Brendan. Round of applause. Okay, second last team, we have Richard Hertz. Richard, are you okay? Are you in pain or are you okay?
Oh, you got a joke?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Shafiq. So like I'm the guy behind what's this Passport Simulator 2022. So it's a simple bullet hell inspired game based on renewing your passport. So you play as Peppy the passport, and you like try to siam bullets to get renewed. So while at it, you meet characters that may or may not be true to real life. So I chose to go for passport renewal because I wanted to go for the more literal take, which is to extend the period of use of a service. And I felt like the bullet hell genre captures frustrations really, really well because of all the dodging and like the deaths that you have to go through to extend it, and it'll extend the game time every time you die. So in a way, it'll extend your waiting time to get the passport done. So like what experience I want to bring to people, I would say like the frustrating experience from renewing the passport. So like, because like ever since the travel restrictions got eased up, I've seen stories online and like I've heard stories from friends like and it's pretty bad and I found it hilarious and like so Singaporean, like how everybody knows how soul sucking it is, but still they're gonna try to like expedite their passports anyway. Because like the restrictions are eased, or like they want to travel so bad, or like they want to travel at any given time, or like the worst one is like everybody's doing it, so why not, So okay, I'll share the game. Share some. Can everybody see it?
Yep.
Right. So like it's just a simple bullet hell game. So start off. dodge bullets, or at least try to dodge bullets. So yeah, that's basically like the game, and there's like 2 more stages of this. Yep. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry, it cuts to like your Zoom profile.
Oh,
Like,
sorry.
police officer. That was so funny. Yes, thank you so much. That was an awesome game. Major
Thank you.
Undertale vibes.
Yeah.
I'm getting. And I think the team was also like talking about, as in the Sagakaya team was talking about how we were hoping someone would do like a renewal of passport game, even though the renewal is not really about that, and someone really did. So yay! And it was an awesome game as well. Yeah, for sure. It's so super polished. Can you maybe share with us like how did you even like decide on the look and feel of the game? Because I feel like it's so distinct and stylistic. Like, what were your references and inspirations?
Because I grew up playing on the Nintendo games, right? The Game Boy and everything. That's how my brother, like, those were the first few consoles I played that my brother showed me. So, like, I've always had this, like, fascination with, like, retro stuff. And that's why I chose to make it look like this. And I thought, like, the bullet hell genre was, like, more arcadey. And I felt like the arcade look, the retro look, like, fits the theme of the game. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, okay. I'm so excited to play the other stages. I'm sure everybody else here is too. So yes, thank you so much for sharing your wonderful game with us. And please don't forget to renew your passports if you need to do so before you fly this year. Gentle
Yep.
reminder. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have our last game or last team for the day. Hype Gamer in Jakarta. Yes. Hype Gamer in Jakarta. Is our gamer from Jakarta here? Okay. Going once, going twice, and go on. All right. I think with that, we have come to the end of Heritage Game Jam 2022 closing. So, round of applause one more time for everybody's hard work. Thank you for not only finishing the Game Jam, but for being here, more importantly. I think we really appreciate that y'all took the time to share, all your wonderful games as well as your thoughts on how you came up with it. Again, I understand everybody's experience was definitely different. Some of y'all, managed to finish it, others didn't. But all the same, the fact that you are here means that you all have definitely done the work. So we hope to see you all again very, very soon for the next game jam. If you have any feedback that you'd like to give to us, feel free to DM or message us and let us know. But more importantly, I hope that everybody can play the games. I think more, everybody's wonderful games. Go try out. Um, and also share your games with your friends, especially if they're from other countries. I think more people need to see what Singaporean games look like. And I can say for certain there are so many games here are very distinctly Singaporean. Yes. Thank you so much for your thanks. Thank you, all of you. We'll let you know when the next game jam is. But until then, stay safe. Hope you all have a good rest of the year. And don't burn out. Most importantly, don't burn out. Right? We love all of you. Thank you. And have a nice day. Night. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Recording stopped.
Thanks, everyone. Feel free to hang out in our Discord. You can just chat with your friends there or use that Discord to be updated with our future events. Yeah.